What's up? So this video was supposed to be recorded outside. I was gonna have this nice scenic view of the mountains behind me during the sunset, and it was gonna be this whole cinematic thing, right? But as I was walking up the hill, I noticed that there was a ton of ants. And when I mean there were a lot of ants, like the entire ground was covered. If I sat on that ground, like if I laid my blanket out and just sat on the ground, I would be literally covered with ants. They would eat me alive. So didn't want to take the L today on that. So yeah, we're just gonna be inside and in this corner. Still cozy, still have a little vibe going. So not a big deal. 3 things that I know at 30 that I wish I knew at 20. And these are not listed in any particular order of importance. It's just things that I thought of recently that I could have used earlier in life to get me much further than I am now. But the fact of the matter is that's not what happened, and I know these things now. So first thing that I wish I knew was to not rush fitness. And what I mean by that is you literally can't rush the process with getting in shape. When you're younger and you've never worked out before, you will build, the newbie gains. It'll all come really quickly. It'll be super exciting, and it can kind of get to your head. It got to mine, and it made me push way past my limits, and my body could take it at the time because I was younger, but I kept using that same kind of strategy whenever I fell out of the habit of going to the gym, and it destroyed my body. There are a lot of things now that are fucked up with my body that I probably could have avoided had I known that I should slow down, not go crazy with weights that my body and my joints aren't used to yet, and to do more mobility. So I probably would have progressed a lot further, and I'd probably be way further than I am now, where I'm trying to fix a lot of the issues that I have now because of what I did in the past. But yeah, you can't rush fitness because the only thing that's gonna rush is Snap City, if we're being honest. Second thing is finding yourself before you find women. I phrased it that way so it could sound all cool, but it's just making sure that you are good within yourself before you can start giving or attempting to give your emotions to a woman, right? And I say this for a couple reasons. One, because as a young man, you probably don't understand a lot of things about yourself still. You probably don't understand things about social dynamics between a man and a woman. You just see them as this beautiful creature that is a little bit unattainable, and you don't really know how to approach the situation. So when you do get a chance to be with a woman, you just haphazardly go through the process of courting them, so to speak. And I think that a lot of guys can relate to me when I say that I didn't have any rhyme or reason to how I went about dating women. It was just a fascination that I had because, I was a young man. I was horny and I just wanted to be with a girl. But through that, I realized that there were a lot of hard lessons that I had to learn. There were times when I didn't tend to their emotions, or maybe they didn't tend to mine. Maybe I didn't know how to handle a certain situation. Maybe I wasn't able to man up in certain situations. There were just a few times that I fell short in certain relationships because I wasn't secure in myself, and I didn't set the foundation in other parts of my life to add a woman to that. The other thing is just being a bit more careful with who I give my attention out to, right? Being 20, 21, 22, it's just this stage where you're just fascinated with a lot of different types of people, and that's fine. You want to explore. But with exploration comes hazards and possibly getting hurt, and all I'm saying is that I would have been more careful had I known what I know now about dating. Last thing is cherishing your family. So this might just apply to me, but growing up, my family was not really that tight knit. My parents divorced when I was in middle school, and due to that, I think my family dynamic was a little weird, and I grew apart from my parents and other parts of my family because of that. And eventually I moved overseas, and I do need to tell them that I care about them more often. I need to just spend more quality time with my family, because at the end of the day, I know that they are going to be the ones that are going to help me out no matter what. And so I could have added maybe like 10 to 15 more things to this list. I wanted to keep it simple to just 3, just so I could focus on things that were really sticking out to me as of late. But going through life isn't perfect, right? So there's still things that I'm learning now at 30. I'll probably make another video when I'm 40 about things that I wish that I knew now at 30, and so on and so forth. But this is the insight that I've gathered so far, and hopefully you guys can take something from it and really internalize it. Because I can tell you these things, but if you don't really internalize them, actually feel what I'm saying, then there's no way for that point to get across, right? Because I've been told some of these things multiple times throughout my life, but I never really got it until recently. And sometimes it takes a bit longer for some people to really understand some of these concepts. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Later.